I sleep better here in Ecuador than I ever did in Canada. And that, despite the fact that life in Latin America can be super loud. Steve here, Street Smart on the ground. This is the Travel Health Series, episode number 3 today, Why I Sleep Better in South America. Now, before I get into the episode today, a quick note that I'm using the community function on Street Smart Travel on the YouTube channel. So when you call up Street Smart Travel, you'll see it'll say home and then videos, shorts, playlists, and posts. Under posts, every week I will be putting polls and also doing a community spotlight to shout out a fellow traveler, someone in the community who's been contributing a lot in the comments, asking questions, sharing stories, things of that nature. So do please engage with the community, looking at building more interaction and a bigger community. We're up to about 718 subs. Thanks to everybody that subscribed. Why am I sleeping better in South America? 3 main reasons. 1, my environment changed significantly. 2, the noise isn't necessarily the issue. And 3, I made some pretty significant lifestyle changes. Point number 1, my environment changed significantly. If I wanted to get a decent night's sleep, not even a great night's sleep, but just a passable night's sleep, when I was in my condo in Toronto, I had an oil diffuser, humidifier, air filter, and I left the window open. I mentioned that in episode number 2. I did that year round because if I didn't do those things, I wasn't getting any kind of sleep. I don't do any of those things down here, and I sleep way better. If I don't set an alarm, I can sleep for 8 hours, no problem. And I can get that consistently here in the city, in the campo, in the jungle, on the coast, doesn't matter where I am. I sleep great down here. That environment change from Toronto to South America, specifically Ecuador, hugely important and really improved the quality of my sleep. Number 2, noise isn't necessarily the issue. Life in Latin America is loud. There's always cars, honking horns, barking dogs, fireworks, like you name it. There's always noise going on. A couple nights ago, the neighbor's dog was out 4 in the morning, barking incessantly. No idea at what. But it took about 20 minutes for somebody to take the dog, put it inside, and that was the end of the barking. Using earplugs and a white noise file on my iPad helps me to sleep at least 7.5, 8 hours a night. I use this antique Fitbit to track mostly steps and sleep. I just got the report today from last week saying I averaged 7 hours and 33 minutes a night of sleep. Something else down here, if I don't set an alarm, I'm sleeping 8 hours at a minimum. That's something I don't remember the last time I could say I slept 8 hours a night when I was living in Canada. Also, my stress level here is way lower. So, some of you might know what that is. I recognize that sound. That is a night guard, because apparently, for whatever reason, the stress in my life was causing me to grind my teeth. A couple months after moving down here, I was finding I was waking up and my jaw was totally relaxed, no tension, no pain, so I just stopped using it. I haven't had to use my night guard for years. That's a huge, huge benefit. That's just one kind of stress that I'm no longer dealing with, and part of the environmental change of being down here in Ecuador. Point number 3, lifestyle down here. As I mentioned, way more relaxed. Also, I don't have a car, so I'm either walking or cycling everywhere. Daily movement, doing a lot of volunteer work down here. It's mostly physical. I'm at the Autorongo Apartments, just outside of the historic center on the Tomebamba River. And a lot of physical stuff here. I'm painting, fixing stuff, moving things around, chopping wood, whatever it is. So I'm getting a lot of physical exercise outside every day, which in Canada, in the wintertime, you try to not be outside every day. The sun down here sets in Ecuador around 6:30 p.m. every day of the year. Because of that, I tend to get into the circadian rhythm of that. It's dark by 7 p.m., so I'm ready to go to bed by 10 or 10:30. Doesn't always happen, but my body tells me, yeah, you're good to go. I can go to bed 10 o'clock, 10:30. I get up a little bit before 7 a.m. so I can start working here at 8. I also try to make sure that I go to bed at roughly the same time and get up at roughly the same time every day. That has been a big change, and that's helped me out a lot down here. So those 3 main reasons change of environment, noise not being the issue, and lifestyle changes help a lot and made huge changes, beneficial changes to how much sleep and the quality of sleep that I get when I'm down here. And of course, Fitbit showing me what kind of sleep I got, REM sleep, deep sleep, how many times I woke up when I was restless. So a few takeaways. Pay attention to the environment, to things that give you a restful night's sleep, the temperature in the room, ambient light. Maybe you have an eye shade that you sleep with. Maybe earplugs would help. Getting to bed and getting up at the same time every day also helps a lot. And a big one, stay off your screens. All screens at least an hour before going to bed. That's huge. I always do yoga and meditation before I go to bed. That takes at least an hour. I'm not on screens, then I go directly to bed after that. So most of the time I can stick to that, and that one has made and continues to make a huge difference for me. You don't have to be on the road to do those things. You just need to take baby steps, work these changes into your lifestyle, and see how that affects your sleep, and then see how much better you feel for getting better quality sleep. Now, again, I'm not telling you moving to Ecuador is the answer. You're going to get better sleep. But I am saying pay attention to your environment, stay off your screens an hour before bed, pay attention to what gives you a restful night's sleep, do more of those things and less of the things that keep you up or keep you from getting a decent night's sleep. Thanks for stopping by. Any comments or questions, please drop them below. Please check out the community post. Happy trails. Stay safe. Stay healthy. See you on the ground next week.